everyone, I'm Isabella, and welcome to my First Story Ballet's first ever series of virtual ballet classes. I hope you all enjoy. Today's ballet is Sleeping Beauty. We're going to start by pointing and flexing our feet. Pointing means to point your toes all the way down as far as you can to the floor, and flexing means to bring them all the way back to you and show the bottoms of your feet away from you. So we're going to go and point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex. Now we are going to go into a butterfly. Let's stretch. I'm going to turn to the side for you. Let's stretch all the way down, keeping our back as straight as we can. You don't have to go all the way down to your feet, but if you can, that's wonderful. We're going to come back up, and now we're going to flap our wings like a butterfly. Feel free to name your butterfly, and feel free to say what color he is. Now we're going to move on to a straddle. We're going to put our legs open up, pop those toes apart into second position. This is a second position split. Now, we're going to point those toes as hard as we can and flex those toes. And make sure you keep these knees straightened at all times. And point, and flex, and point, and flex. We're going to get our fairies. I think they're coming down. And twinkle them to your, what is this? Your head and your ears and your neck and your shoulders and your stomach and your hips, all the way down to your knees, your legs, your ankles, and your toes. Now let's bring that all the way back up. Toes, ankles, knees, legs, hips, stomach, shoulders, neck, ears, and head. And now these fairies are going to go right back up into the sky. Say bye-bye, fairies. Bye. Put your hands on your hips. Sixth position means for your feet to be facing in front of you. Now if you turn out both of your feet and keep them glued together, that is first position. Tendu that foot. And that's second position. Second position is an open position with both legs facing turned out and outwards. Okay, so now that we've learned those three positions, let's add an arm. This is sixth position with our arms. It's like the big beach ball that I just showed you in second position, but it's going to be down, right in front of us, not touching our bodies, but down. Then, first position, we'll pop those toes apart and put them up in the beach ball. For second position, we are going to open up those arms and hold them out to the side. So we've learned sixth, first, and second. Do you hear that? I think that's our ballet music. Now we're going to learn a plie. For starting plies, we're going to put our hands on our hips and put our feet in sixth position, which is straight ahead of us. We're going to bend both of our knees at the same time for 1, 2, and straighten them on 3 and 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Now we're going to do the same thing with our feet in first position. Let's turn out those toes and keep our knees nice and straight and keep our legs together. Ready? And bend, 2, straighten 3, and 4. And bend, 2, straighten 3, 4. Now we're going to repeat this in second position. Do you remember what second position was? Correct. That was with our feet, just like they were at first, just with our legs open. Still keeping your knees as straight as you can and your toes turned out to the side of you. Ready? And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Good job! Now we are going to add our arms to our legs. Remember the sixth position arm? Our feet are straight ahead of us and our arms are down but not resting on our body. Always remember to keep your back straight up and down and try not to arch because that doesn't keep a good line. Hold in your belly, put your belly button on your backbone and straighten your back as long as you can. Like imagine if you were standing up against a wall. Okay. This is sixth. So we're going to do our pliés like that. 7 and 8. And 1. Open them up into an allongé. Straighten 3 and 4. We're going to gracefully move our arms to open and to close. Now for first position, we're going to pop those toes apart and put our arms straight up from where they are, right in front of us, but don't hold them too high and don't hold them too low. I would say keep them about in line with your belly button. Ready? 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and come all the way down allongé to 6. Bring them back up to first. 2, 3, 4. Allongé and close. Right back to sixth position. Now, second position arm would be like this. You're going to hold your arms as sturdy as you can underneath, like someone were and 1, and 2, allongé 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, allongé 3, back to 6, 4. Now I'm sure you have all skipped before, kind of just like this, having fun. And now we're going to point our toes and straighten our legs and do high passes. When you skip and you bring your leg up, that is a passe. You put it right here and you point your toe right next to your knee. Ready? And plie, and skip, plie, and skip, plie, and skip, passe, plie, and skip. Now to speed. Skip, 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 skip. Then you can go faster. Make sure your legs and feet are always pointed. 7, 8. Up, up. Looks like we ran out of music. That's okay. There you go. Alrighty, now we are going to take, these are my favorite stuffed animals and you can get yours out. We're gonna lay these on the floor in a diagonal. Here, I'll bring them a little further back so you can see them. And you're gonna run from your corner and brush your foot out, point that foot, jump to one leg, and jump to one leg. And then you're gonna run around, keeping your hands on your hips, and go in a releve on your tippy toes. Ready? And jump. And jump. Uh-oh, don't kick your stuffed animal like I just did. You don't want to do that. Ready? And jump. And jump. And walk back around. Perfect. 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and walk around. Let's create a perfect 6. Now we are going to march using our sticks. If you don't have sticks at home, maybe your parents have 2 wooden spoons in the kitchen you can use, or paint brushes, or anything you can hit together to make sound. Just make sure it's not dangerous. Ready? We're going to count the music. Ready? 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you're pointing your toes. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job! Okay, dancers, now it's time for the beautiful story of Sleeping Beauty. Feel free to sit down and watch, or stand up and dance along with the beautiful dancers. Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom, a new baby was born. The baby was named Princess Aurora. The king and queen, filled with joy, sent invitations to all of the fairies to attend Aurora's christening. Each fairy brought Aurora very special gifts, such as generosity of soul, contented spirit, self-assurance and courage, truth-telling, beauty of face, voice, and lightness of heart. In comes the wicked Caraboss. She was furious that she had not been invited to the christening. She bestowed a gift to the baby that on her 16th birthday she would prick her finger on a spindle and fall dead. Thankfully, the Lilac Fairy had not yet bestowed a gift to Aurora. She was able to soften the curse of Caraboss by saying that Aurora would not be dead, but she would fall into an 100-year sleep that could only be lifted by the kiss of a handsome prince. Angry Caraboss was forced to flee. Spindles were banned throughout the kingdom. Time went by, and on Aurora's 16th birthday, a great party was thrown in her favor. Everyone was dancing and having a wonderful time when an old lady presented a bouquet of flowers to Aurora. Hidden in the bouquet of flowers was a spindle. Aurora pricked her finger and fell into a deep sleep. The Lilac Fairy knew she must put the whole kingdom to sleep. The magical sleep lasted 100 years, during which time the Lilac Fairy led Prince Florimund to the sleeping castle. Prince Florimund could not take his eyes off the beautiful sleeping Aurora. He knelt down beside her and kissed her on the lips. Her eyes began to flutter open. The castle began to wake, and all of the heroes and heroines came to call. Puss in Boots and the White Cat, Princess Florine and the Bluebird of Happiness, Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, Cinderella and her Prince Charming, along with the Diamond Fairy. The music began, and they danced before their guests. Everyone knew that they would live happily ever after. The end. we are going to do reverence. We do this at the end of every single class. We're going to step to one foot and curtsy, and curtsy to the other side. Step and curtsy. Thank you for class. Have a great rest of your